Welcome to the Brother Henry and You Show. I am your host, Henry Harris. Thank you for taking this opportunity to watch today. I want to say Happy New Year. I had an amazing break. We had a lot of exciting things take place during the break, and we got a lot of exciting things to share with you in regards to my life, my show, and everything that revolves around me. It's such a pleasure to do that. So I want to say Happy New Year's to everyone that's watching. It is 2025, and this is the first show of 2025. Thank you so much for taking this opportunity to watch. I don't take it for granted. I am your host, Henry Harris. I was sitting here thinking, because I do this every year, I try to think about a subject that I can talk about, that I can cover, that would inspire someone as we bring in the year 2025, or something that will push someone into their destiny, something that can push someone into their purpose. And I want to come and talk about rehearsing history with a clean slate. That's what I want to talk about today. But before we do that, it's time for Connect Moment. I'll be right back. Hello, this is Henry Harris. This is Connect Moment. This is where us as a community can engage and connect with each other in this moment, in this second. So I want you to do me a favor. There are three things I want you to do as you watch today's program. Number one, I want you to let us know where you're watching from. It could be Chicago, Dallas, Africa, wherever you're watching from, let us know. Another way you can engage and help us is by sharing this program on your social media. It could be Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you want to share this at, make sure you share it. I think on Facebook they have hearts, likes, angry faces. I need you to hit those because that lets me know and indicates to me that you're watching. So make sure you do that as well. And number three, as you're watching today's show, would you do me a favor and comment as you're watching the show today? We could be talking about mental health, sexuality, whatever we're talking about. I want to hear your voice as well, because your voice is just as important as my voice is. And I think that's what community is all about. It's not just about one person. It's about all of us getting together collectively to learn and feed off of each other. So thank you so much. Back to today's program. Well, welcome back. Once again, I want to come and talk about rehearsing history with a clean slate. As we approach a new year, I believe that there are some things that we need to expose. There are some things that we need to bring to light. There needs to be a change, not only in our mentality about things, but our perspective, our outlook, not only of ourselves, but how we view our world, how we view each other. I think that's very important as we go into 2025. Change your mentality, change your perspective as it relates also to history. It is possible, if you're asking me the question, is it possible to enter a new year with a clean slate? It is possible to enter a new year with a clean slate. Now I understand some of you are probably watching right now and you're like, what is a clean slate? What does that mean? It simply means a fresh start. I call it, in my own definition, a new way of being. In absence of existing restraints or commitments. The question I had to ask myself was, am I truly ready for this? Ready for what? Am I truly ready for this fresh start? Am I truly ready for this new way of being? Am I ready for this? And that's the question that you have to ask yourself today, this new year of 2025. Not focusing on what didn't work in 2024, because most of us are probably thinking about that right now. I started a business, it didn't work out. I got married, it didn't work out. You know, I started a job, it didn't work out. We always focus on what didn't work out as we try to embark upon the journey of newness. And you just simply cannot do that. It doesn't mean that we deny history. History is history. And I'm going to say that probably again throughout the podcast today. History is history and you cannot change it. I'm not telling you to deny your history. I'm not telling you that it didn't happen, whatever you did. All I'm saying is that when you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at will change. I am ready for a new start. I've made a commitment that in 2025, I want this to be a new start, a new way of being, I want a new mentality, a new way of evolving, a new way of growing, a new way of looking at things, new mentality. I want to embrace all the newness that's coming my way, but it all starts with, first of all, being engaged and asking yourself, am I truly ready for this new start? Am I ready for this new beginnings? And new beginnings, watch this, can be very scary. They can. They can be very scary, especially when you're living from a place of stagnation and comfort. Because when you live from a place of comfort and stagnation, you just don't want to move. You're comfortable. Why? Because you're living also from a place of familiarity. I'm familiar with this. This is the way 2024 is, so this is the way 2025 is going to unfold. Wrong mentality. Not if you want a new start. Now, if you want to embrace this new way of being, you can't take the old into the new. You have to leave the old behind no matter what it is. Again, it don't mean we don't deny it. It just means, yes, that's what I did, but now I'm going from point A to point B. I refuse to take 2024 into 2025. I'm going into 2025 with a clean slate. A new start also means embracing needed adjustments. What's in your life that needs to be rearranged? Some adjustments. What's some things in your life that you need to move around for your own well-being and happiness? This means that you are starting something without considering anything that happened in the past. History. I'm about to start something. I'm about to walk into something. But as I do that, I cannot be preoccupied and focused on my past history or what I've done in the past. This doesn't mean, as I said earlier, that we deny or live in denial about our past history or what didn't work, but it brings us into a new awareness of what can I do differently this time. Have you ever asked yourself that question? What can I do differently this time? I know I messed up. I know I did this. I know I did wrong. I know I made a mistake. I know I failed that college exam. I know I did that. But what can I do differently today? As you go into 2025, that is another great question you can ask yourself. What can I do today? Not worry about what happened last year. What can I do today? What can I do differently? I get it. History cannot be undone. It happened. No matter how many times you hit that erase history button of your life, somebody's either going to bring up your history or your history is just going to be playing over and over like a movie in your mind. You're not even defined by that, my friend. This is a new way of being. This is a new start. This is a new awareness. You can do it differently this time. You don't have to do the same thing over and over and over again. And that's what history is. Somebody said, or a famous quote, if I'm quoting it right, that oftentimes history is likely to repeat itself again, but that don't always have to be the case in your life. You don't have to repeat history in your life. And if you're going to repeat history, you can rewrite history into something more meaningful and beautiful that'll work out for you. So how do I fully embrace this new way of thinking, this mentality that I'm talking about, this perspective as we go into 2025? How do we do this? We have to realize that we all have history, but you are not defined by your history. You can't change history, but you can create a new history. You know what? I got some bad history in 2024. There's some things that I've done that just wasn't right. I've failed in certain areas. I've done this wrong. I've done that wrong. But you know what? I am going to create a new history for 2025 and on out. So yes, you have a history, but you can recreate a new history for you as you go into 2025. So if you are going to rehearse history, do it with the perspective of what can I do better to enhance my life? And not only your life, but also the lives of other people. Never rehearse history with regret. It's okay to go back and look at your history. Man, I'm grateful for what I came out of. I'm no longer living in that place anymore. It's okay to rehearse history in that aspect. No need of feeling sorry for the things that you cannot control. Never rehearse history with regret. As you embark upon a new year, this new year of 2025, what would you like to change? This is a question that hopefully you'll put in the comment section. The answer, put your answer in the comment section. As you approach 2025, what about 2025 you would like to change? What would you like to see different happen in your life? What goals have you set in place? And there can be no room for procrastination. What does that mean? We all get excited about the new year. There's this thing that's really popular called a New Year resolutions that I don't really believe in, because I'm not saying it ain't real, but I just never live up to it. But sometimes we get excited about the new year. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then since January 2nd hit, we forgot everything that we said we were going to do January 1st, the new year. You have to be committed. You have to be in this for the long haul. There can't be no room for procrastination. There can't be no room for putting it off. If you want this clean slate, there can't be no room of, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to make these changes, I'm going to make these adjustments, and then all of a sudden you find yourself not doing that. A new start is always a beautiful concept. And what some would give for a second chance at life, to just wipe the slate clean and just start over. Just start over. Do it again. Try it again. Go a different direction. Go a different angle. Do it again. Do it differently. Dr. Maya Angelou said this: if you don't like something, change it. And if you can't change it, change your attitude. Is that what I said earlier? Changing your perspective, changing your mentality. If there's something that's going on in your life that you don't like, change it. There's some things you did in 2024 and you're like, you know what? I don't like that. Well, don't take it into 2025. Change it right now. Do it differently. And if you don't like that, change your attitude. Attitude is not always about behavior. It's about perspective. It's about mentality. It's about how you view things. Change that. And like I said earlier, when you change that, the things that you look at will change. So you don't have to repeat history. Living from the perspective of a clean slate doesn't mean that nothing in your life will ever go wrong again. I want to make that clear. Because sometimes people think, I'm going with a clean slate, that means I'm not going to have no more problems. Well, I'll be lying to you if I told you won't. This doesn't mean that nothing will go wrong. It means, this is what it means. It means anything can go wrong, but it won't stop you. Why? Because you are a force. You are powerful. It means that no matter what opposition or whatever that may come in your way in 2025, nothing will have the capacity to bring you down. It means changing how you look at your life and choosing to rewrite history every day. Not once a year, but every day I'm rewriting history. What will your history look like? This is a question I want to ask you. What will your history look like in 2025? When we get ready to go into 2026, what can you look back at 2025 and say, what have I done that was productive? What have I done for myself? In what ways have I enhanced my life and the lives of others? We're rewriting our history every day, my friends. We won't drag yesterday's history or yesterday's baggage into today. I refuse to do that. I don't care what happened in 2024. I will not drag yesterday's histories into today's precious moments. We can live in the moment. What are some ways that we can live a clean slate kind of life? I'm gonna give you 5 right quick. Number 1, gratitude. Number 2, don't keep reflecting on the past. This is how you can live a life, the clean slate kind of life. Number 3, embracing life as a journey, not a destination. That's my favorite. Because sometimes in life, we always feel like, I got to get from this point to that point. I got to get from this. And I'm not saying that's bad. We all want to progress and go from this point to that point, from that level to that level. At the same time, don't get so occupied about what's going on the other side that you forget about what's going on presently in front of you. Because what's in front of you is important. What's in front of you is where you need to be present. What's in front of you is beauty. Embrace what's in front of you and view life as a journey, not necessarily trying to get somewhere else. Number 4, forgive. Allow yourself to forgive and move forward. And I understand that this is a big subject on forgiveness. So many people got different ideologies around this subject of forgiveness, but sometimes you got to forgive yourself. Whatever you did in 2024, you still feel bad about it. You still feel guilty about it. You still feeling like, man, I wish I hadn't done that. I wish I would have made these changes. Forgive yourself. And I understand that's a process. Forgive yourself and then have the grace to move on. Number 5, love. Realize that you are enough. And you're loved just the way you are. And you're deserving of everything that 2025 will bring you. You can rewrite your story. You can change your perspective. And you can walk into this newness of life. It's time to connect. Make sure to follow us at youtube.com/HenryHarris100. Also, follow us on the Brother Henry and You Show /Facebook.com. Once again, it's good to be back, and I'm looking forward to bringing you some thought-provoking, inspirational, progressive, powerful episodes this year. Thank you so much, and I hope your year is off to a great start, and I hope that you have an amazing day, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.